Hey guys, good evening. It's Laughing with Larry here. Glad to be here with you all this evening. Can we get a round of applause for all the other comics? I've been working on some new stuff. I'm going to go over it right now and hopefully send it out to a few friends of mine and get a couple opinions. And here we go. I'm trying to say hello to y'all, but you know, every time I wave, people think I'm giving them the finger. It's been a problem since I was 15. I asked the doctor one time, I said, "Hey doc, can you cut that finger off so people don't think I'm giving them the finger all the time?" And he said, "No, son, when you get older, you're going to need that finger." Well, I didn't realize it, but now that I'm older, I realize I can still pick my ass, pick my nose, and finger pussy. The next 6 months after it happened wasn't that bad. I got more ass and more cookies baked for me by half the class. Great times. High school was fun. I then bought a motorcycle. And we used to ride the motorcycle. Used to terrorize the town, the streets, riding wheelies by the school, all the things I shouldn't have done because I was that kid, okay? So anyhow, we got in trouble for it, and I got myself in-house suspension. 6 weeks with my desk in the principal's office up against his desk. Well, after about day 5, I said, you know what? I can't do this. So I went to the cafeteria on Friday, the day we were having filet of fish, and I took my fish sandwich apart and took the fish patty and unzipped his seat cushion that he sat on, and I put the filet of fish in there. Well, it came down to a standoff of who was going to be able to put up with this smell longer, me or the principal. Finally, he got the janitor involved. It took the janitor close to a solid week to find that smell. Well, needless to say, that got me sent home with the rest of the summer off. So I decided to take my motorcycle and take a date one time out to Newport. We're out in Newport, we parked the motorcycle, we're going to take a walk along the cliffs. So as we're walking along the cliffs, I feel pressure in my stomach. So I'm like, all right, maybe I got to take a shit. But I figured maybe if I can get a fart out, it'd give me some time. So I back up a little bit and I bend over to look at a seashell to act like I'm busy, and I tried to let the fart out to make a little more space. Well, wouldn't you know, I shit myself. Have you ever been somewhere and found a random pair of underwear on the ground and wonder how they got there? Well, I had to go into the ocean, act like I was swimming quickly, like, oh, let's go for a swim, shh, to get my shorts off, get my underwear off, wipe my ass, clean myself up, get my shorts back on, and then get out of the water like nothing ever happened. So eventually I get out of the water, we get on the motorcycle, now we're driving home. Well, where is she? Behind me, completely downwind. We get home, I drop her off, everything's good. I call her about 2 days later. I said, hey, you want to go out again this weekend? She's like, no. I said, how come? She said, because you're an asshole. I said, okay. I kind of thought that was kind of a shitty excuse. But anyhow, I thought she knew I was an asshole before we even left. So now I go out and I buy myself an IROC Z. Now, high school wasn't that bad. I had a brand new IROC. I had money in the bank. I had the marijuana, a little bit of other things when people needed it. I was that kid. Great times. Never was totally irresponsible, but I was irresponsible. So I get the car. I'm out partying all the time. One night, it's like 2 in the morning, and I don't want to go home because my eyes are probably like this, like, ooh, hi, how's everyone? No, I don't want to go home like that. So I said, I'm going to park in a rest area and take a break, take a nap. So I pull over in the rest area, and I'm taking a nap. Next thing you know, I hear a knock at my window. I look up, and there's a tall man standing there. So I roll my window down about 3 inches, and I said, hey, can I help you? He says, are you looking for anything? Here's me, 3 in the morning, pocket full of money. Why, what you got? He says, nope. You looking for a blowjob, or are you looking to get done? Let me tell you something. I have never started my car, put it in gear, and got the fuck out of there as fast as I could. Remember, I was only 16 years old. I'm surprised I didn't shit myself again. So one day, me and my buddy are out with my car, and we're out cruising around, and we run into this lady, and she says, hey, girl, hey, well, I want you guys to take me back to his house. And so we did. And when we got back there, she said, okay, I want one in my pussy and one in my ass. Well, my buddy had the bigger dick, so I said, hey, why don't you take the ass and I'll take the bottom? He said, okay. So we get in that position, and I figured if she was going to squirm and say, oh, from the big cock in her ass, I might as well think it was from my dick, right? That was my thinking. So it was all good, and we started to do our thing, and then all of a sudden Mike his balls slap my balls. And when that happened, I wanted nothing to do with this. And that really got me started in being interested in casting for porn. I said, I'd like to try this more. So I started sending videos and things like that to the porn industry. And I always wanted to be the boss that was banging his secretary on the desk. Well, I tried it. I sent them some stuff. They said, hey, why don't you send me some headshots? So I did. I sent them some headshots. I sent them a picture of my wife on her knees in front of me. They called her the fucking next day. About 2 weeks later, my phone rings. Hey, we got a pot for you. They wanted me to be the husband of the secretary that's getting plowed on the desk. What the hell? It was a start. After that, I'm getting really old, and things are starting to slow down a little bit. I mean, my wife says went through menopause, says her libido's not the same. She's not into it all the time. It's not my fault. Yeah, why don't you tell that to your Google search history in the shower head? We've been working through all this. We really have. We've come up with this new position where she lays on her side, sleeping. I pop Viagra and take a shot of NyQuil. Now I kind of like beat my meat to beat the clock, so to speak. So sometimes things can go wrong. Sometimes you can fall asleep, but I'll be honest with you. When you mix the NyQuil with the Viagra, the dreams you have are fucking amazing. They're amazing. I have fucked all my wife's friends and she has no idea. But things can go wrong. You can wake up in the morning with your hand stuck to your cock. Hard to tell the boss why you're running late. Wife wake up and she says, hey, I'm going to go to the doctor today. I said, why? What's wrong? She says, my eyes are stuck together every morning when I wake up, a couple nights a week. I said, okay. Must have been the night when I beat the clock. I sure hope the doctor don't diagnose her and tell her she's been being cockeyed every night. I'm getting older, and I can remember when pussies had hair on them. Hairy pussies, yep. I used to carry a comb in case I had to part it so I could lick it. It was kind of like kissing a Mexican with a wet beard that just finished a fish taco. Girls used to try to service their taco with a side salad. We'd have to push the side salad aside just to get to the taco. How many women in here have given out blowjobs in their life? Those of you who aren't cheering, you're lying. Because if you're over 21 years old, you've sucked a cock or two in your life. Matter of fact, 10% of the men in here have too. If you're not lying and you really haven't sucked a cock or two, let me know after the show because I got some coupons for cat food. And thank you very much. And back to that first joke about the fingers, I forgot to tell you. I was the starter I had the starter kit of 2 in the stink and 1 in the pink. I love you all. I got shows coming up. Tomorrow I got a podcast. Tuesday night I got a show in Warwick. Next week I got 2 nights in Sarasota, Florida. And then back here for 2 nights in New York. And then on 4/20, we should be doing our own show right here in Fall River, Massachusetts. And on 4/20, it should be a smoking hot show. And I will start to invite you guys out and see if you can get out and see my performance and see the other comics with me when it's close to home. I thank you all, and hopefully this all keeps going the way it's going, guys. Having a blast. Thank you. Good night.